Hello and welcome to another bite-sized episode of the SportsGrad podcast, proudly supported by Deakin University. Each Thursday, we give you the tactics you can use to land a dream job in sport. This includes things like networking, interviewing, career direction, and all the rest, but all focused on sport. I'm Ryan Walker. I'm joined by Ruben Williams.
G'day, Ryan. Always a pleasure.
Pleasure to be with you as well, as always, mate. Now, for more regular content, follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search for SportsGrad.
And a special shout out to our SportsGrad community members. There's over 400 people connecting together on Discord. Those people have landed over 250 jobs in the sports industry because they are amazing and motivated and filled with all the great skills and characteristics that any sports organisation could ever want. So well done to those guys. But if you want to join them, head to sportsgrad.com.au/community and you can join the community too.
Fantastic, Rubes. Now, today we are talking about what it's like to be an NRL Game Day Manager. We've got some help from Lauren Soares, who is the Game Day and Events Manager at the mighty Newcastle Knights in the NRL. Super interesting role and very, very hands-on. So I'm excited for this, but a little glimpse as to why this role is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the game day experience is fundamental to making sure that fans are having an excellent time and make sure they keep coming back time and time again. And when the fans come back, the game can keep going. The sponsors can keep showing up. The sponsors want to keep showing up. It's also making sure that the place is suitable for sponsors to activate, have their brand there. And so if you can create an excellent game day experience, then everybody's going to have a terrific time and they're going to come back time and time again, which grows the game. So the experience on game day is absolutely pivotal to the growth of the sport.
Yeah, nice one. And in terms of the day-to-day of the job, what does that look like?
Yeah, so for these guys, they are researching new events and how to improve existing ones. They're organising vendors and other suppliers, answering a lot of questions on emails and phones, just making a lot of things happening. There's a lot of moving parts going on to make the game day of an NRL match come together. So you're constantly wheeling and dealing to try and fit that jigsaw puzzle together to make sure it all comes together on that game day.
Nice one. And then in terms of who are the key people that you work with, can you name a few of that?
Yeah, for sure. So you've obviously got the internal team at the Newcastle Knights. You've got the other 16 NRL teams. You've got the venues who you've got to liaise with. You've got catering to make sure there's enough food there. You've got the suppliers who might be coming in to run a random activation. For example, if you've got someone driving around a mechanical toy car, for example, you might need to hire that person in because you don't have that skill internally. So there's a whole bunch of random suppliers that go into some activations. Then you've also got the football department because you might want some players involved, whether it's at halftime, before the game, after the game. You want to get them involved to help the fan experience. Then you've got sponsors. They want to make sure that they're having a presence at the match. So you've got to liaise with them to have their section set up. Then you've got the fans as well. If you want the fans involved, say you want to get them on the ground to compete in a kicking competition or a sprint or some sort of other fun activity, you got to make sure that they can get onto the ground safely, that they don't, run off or do anything silly. You got to brief them properly. So there's a whole lot of people that you've got to be able to work with to make a game day come together.
It reminded me of our webinar with Katie Staniforth that we had inside the community, which was fantastic. But just hearing all the different people you deal with, literally having a finger on the pulse of every single thing. So it's it's an incredible role. Where do you do your job?
Yes, so during the week, you're mostly in the office planning things out, getting everything organised. That's when you're chatting with suppliers and vendors on the phone and whatnot. Then on game day, you're in the stadium. And if you're not in the stadium, you're in some of the function venues as well. So some of the corporate hospitality rooms, some of the other rooms that people paid to be a part of. And that's largely where you do your job, in the office, in the stadium, on the ground, or in these function rooms.
Nice. And in terms of key skills, is there a few that you need to tick off?
Yeah, for sure. So Lauren has listed here organisation. You got to make that jigsaw piece come together nicely. She's listed patience, which I think is absolutely fair enough because there's a lot of things going on. A lot of things would get changed at short notice. So you've got to be able to keep yourself together, be patient, understand that, it might take a few goes. Then finally, the ability to juggle lots of tasks. So time management, keeping on top of tasks, having open loops and making sure you know exactly what's going on. So there's a few from Lauren.
Yeah, unreal. Well, it sounds like an incredible role. If you want to be in the thick of it and in the action, I think Game Day Manager is definitely a role for you. So fantastic, mate. Well done. Reminder to connect with us on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, pretty much every single channel out there. Just search SportsGrad or jump into the SportsGrad community. Over 400 members now on Discord. Incredible community with a lot of people doing a lot of special things. So jump to our website at sportsgrad.com.au/community to join today. Also, if you love us and want to rate us, do 5 stars. You can do that wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe on Apple or rate on Spotify. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.